Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 5 o'clock. We kick it off tonight with new information in the Delphi double murder case, the help that police want from you right now, and the big questions in the case that still remain.
It has been almost 5 years since 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German were killed. Family members tell us this is the first newly released information on the case in nearly 2 years. And tonight, Dustin Grove begins our team coverage with what detectives announced and reaction from the family. Dustin?
Good evening, Jenny and Anne Marie. Police say they want to learn more about the person who used a fake social media profile around the same time Abby and Libby were killed. And we found someone in jail tonight in a neighboring county who used a profile with that same name. What isn't clear is if that's the guy police are looking for and how it might all be connected to the Delphi case. It's something these girls' families want to know too.
It definitely gives me a renewed sense of hope.
That announcement from police, the plea for information about this social media profile, it's what Libby German's sister calls the first potential lead in 2 years.
It's a very good feeling knowing that they're still working on it and they do have new information and new leads that they're working on.
While investigating the murders, detectives say they uncovered an online profile named Anthony Shots. They say the person behind it was communicating with underage girls to get nude images, obtain their addresses, and try to meet them. Detectives just published a plea for help about it on YouTube.
Detectives are seeking information about the person who created the Anthony Shots profile.
Today, 13 News obtained these court documents that show a man using that same profile name arrested for child pornography last year in neighboring Miami County. Detectives in that case say Keegan Klein admitted to using the social media profile Anthony Shots to meet girls and that he had received about 100 sexual images. The documents mention nothing about the Delphi case, and state police wouldn't say how Anthony Shots might fit into their investigation. They are all questions Kelsey German would like answered as the painful search for justice continues 5 years later.
It just feels like a new wave of grief is hitting me really hard, in that you have to stay hopeful and remember that it's all going to happen in God's timing, and to stay hopeful that justice will come no matter what.
Now, it's important to point out here, this man in Miami County has not been named a person of interest in the Delphi case. So what drew investigators to this social media profile and why are they interested? Well, state police wouldn't say. I also asked if they talked with Klein or planned to. And here's what the state police said about that. A spokesperson said Indiana State Police do not confirm or deny anyone who is or is not a suspect in any ongoing investigation. At this time, we are looking for any information about the Anthony Shots profile and anyone who may have had contact with that profile. The case that you're referring to is a separate child pornography case. So how are they connecting these dots? How might these dots be connected or not? We just don't know. There's an information gap still here.
Yeah, there's a lot of information about this, and that's why we do have team coverage tonight. So Rich Naik now continues our coverage by looking and learning more about the man in this case. This is Keegan Klein.
Yeah, Klein now in the Miami County Jail on separate charges against children. So Rich, what have we learned about him?
Well, we want to first of all again stress that Keegan Klein is not charged. He is not a suspect in the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German, but he admits to using the Anthony Shots social media profile for about 6 months to communicate with underage girls and receive sexually explicit photos and videos from them. The bodies of Abby and Libby were found on February 14, 2017 in Delphi. 11 days later and 40 minutes to the northeast, on February 25th, Indiana State Police, the FBI, and Peru Police served a search warrant at a house in Peru, where Klein was living with his father. Police confiscated a half-dozen phones and electronic devices. Court records say that Klein admitted to receiving about 100 sexual pictures from underage girls. Police found sexually explicit images and videos of underage girls on several devices. But court documents reveal Klein factory reset one phone 2 days before police arrived and deleted the internet history and social media apps from another phone before turning it over to police 2 days after he was interviewed. Klein was not charged until August 19, 2020. He faces 30 felony counts from 2016 and 2017 for possession of child pornography, child exploitation, obstruction of justice, and synthetic identity deception. Keegan Klein has been held in the Miami County Jail for well over a year now since his arrest. Klein is represented by a public defender who told me this afternoon, "My client had nothing to do with the unexpected, untimely, and unfortunate passing of the girls in Delphi." Klein's next court day is a week from Thursday, and that's in Peru.
This double murder case has rocked Central Indiana for nearly 5 years now.
And as we just heard, the family really thinks this is one of the biggest developments in years. So let's take a look at the timeline of the case. Abby and Libby disappeared on February 13th in 2017. Their bodies were found the next day just out of sight of the bridge where they were last seen alive.
Then on February 15th, police released this picture of the suspect that was captured on Libby's phone. Then on the 21st, we heard audio from the suspect.
Fast forward 2 years and state police announced a new direction in the case and released this new sketch.
And then it was just last night that Indiana State Police asked for even more help finding information behind this social media account that's posted with stolen images.
So I want you to take a look at your screen. If you know anything that could help investigators solve the Delphi murders, state police really want to hear from you. Remember, they say no tip is too small. You can email the Abby and Libby tip line you see right here. You can also find this information on our website tonight, WTHR.com.